Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I wanted to basically talk about what you do when you find out that you're pregnant, because if it's your first time or you've had a huge gap in between babies like I did, you kind of forget what to do. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that you're obviously going to do when you find out that you're pregnant is normally like the pregnancy test to just get that positive line. If you're anything like me, you'll probably take like 5 or 6, maybe 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, and compare to see if your line is getting darker. If it's getting darker, that is a really positive sign that it is a viable pregnancy. However, if your line is dark and then it goes lighter and lighter and lighter, that's a sign of a chemical pregnancy, and I've had 4 of them, so I completely understand. And guys, I am supporting you if you are experiencing that, and I have a whole playlist on chemical pregnancies for you guys to check out to have that extra support. But if you do continue to get a positive line and it's dark, then I would recommend going to the doctor, calling them up, booking yourself an appointment, and getting bloods done to confirm your HCG levels. You'll probably do this like once a week for a while, and then just to monitor your pregnancy to see if it's like continuing to be viable. So whilst you're waiting for your doctor's appointment, there are a few things that you can do at home, and that is to basically start your prenatals if you're not already on them. If you're trying for a baby, you probably should be on them already, but if it's a surprise pregnancy, definitely get yourself a prenatal with folate or folic acid. I do recommend folate because it is the more natural form, and one of my favorite brands of prenatals is Herbs of Gold and Pure Synergy prenatals, which is amazing. I'm gonna buy myself some of them, and but right now I'm using Herbs of Gold. The next thing you can do is download all the baby apps. My app that I use to track my cycles is Flow, so I use that to track my ovulation, my period, any like abnormal symptoms, any normal symptoms, all of that. And they also have a pregnancy mode, so there's been a few times where I've had to switch it over to pregnancy, and there's also been a few times where I've had to switch it back to normal cycles. But switch it over to pregnancy if you do have one of those apps and it's able to do that. But if not, there's so many other apps out there that you can download, like Ovia or Baby Center or Sprout, any of those, and they will be a good guide for your pregnancy. They will show you the anatomy of the baby, the growth stage. It will tell you all the tips. And guys, there's even like a app for dads. It's called Pro Daddy, and it's tips for males and like tips for entering into parenthood if this is their first baby. So I definitely recommend downloading that and staying up to date and getting those notifications, because it's really exciting, guys. And the next thing I can recommend to do in the early days is start like a pregnancy diary. I like to do digital diaries, YouTube, and I like to share it with you guys. But if you're more of a writer or a collager or something like that, definitely do that, because this moment, this pregnancy, it will go so fast, guys, and you'll look back and you'll want like that little bit of memory to reflect back on. The next thing that you can do at home, if you have the information, is to calculate your due date. There is so many due date calculators online, and also most of the baby apps will ask you when your first day of your last period was, or when your conception date was if you know it, or any of that information. If you're already tracking your app through your cycle through your app, and you've taken like a positive ovulation, or you just know that you ovulate, you can go off by that date, and it will be the most accurate because you've ovulated on that date. So once your bloods come back positive and it's a good indication that you're having a viable pregnancy, you can book an appointment with your healthcare provider normally your GP, and you can discuss antenatal plans. So if you're going to be working with a midwife or an OBGYN. In Australia, it's more commonly to work with a midwife, but I think it's definitely preference. I love to have a more natural birth. That's just my preference. Because again, I've been pregnant a few times, I already know what I want to do for my birth, and that is to birth in a birthing suite, a birthing center, which our area provides. So I normally contact the birthing clinic and basically register my interest, and if everything's normal with my pregnancy and I'm low risk, then I'm eligible to go into that. But if not, it would have to be like a hospital birth or something like that. So I normally do that super early so I can secure my place, because they only accept a limited amount of women for that date, and I just want to make sure that I have my place even if I do end up having a miscarriage, then I'll just cancel. Okay, the next thing that you can do when you find out that you're pregnant is focus on safe pregnancy habits. So if you're a smoker or a drinker, stop that. Stop that if you can. It's so important for your baby to give them the best chance. If you love certain foods or coffee, try and limit and research the foods that you can and can't eat. So for example, guys, I've been loving seafood at the moment, and I have to limit that because of the mercury levels that seafood is contaminated with. It can affect your unborn baby, so I have to definitely limit that. I'm not a coffee drinker, so we're good in that area, but guys, you can't have like soft serve ice cream from McDonald's or anything like that. I don't eat that anyway because I tried to limit my dairy, but yeah, the thing I need to work on is the seafood, because guys, all I want is fish lately. Next thing that you can do when you find out you're pregnant is to rest, guys. Like, you're growing a baby, it's time to slow down, it's time to like just be a little bit more stress-free and to enjoy the ride. And especially if it's early days, you'll probably still feel a little normal, but guys, if you're anything like me, you'll probably get really sick and then be out for a few months anyway. So try not to cram it all in at the start and just enjoy it and rest. And the last thing that I can suggest when you find out that you're pregnant is to decide when you're going to announce your amazing news to everyone in the world. And for me, I've normally announced super early. I've normally announced like 2 or 3 weeks after we've found out. We'll normally do a photo or just something cute, or I don't know. I'm like on social media a lot. I have a YouTube channel, I have an Instagram, so it's like quite the, I'm not gonna say pressured thing, but like there's definitely a little bit more pressure to share the news early with everyone so they can, I don't know, be in on it. But this time around, we've actually decided to wait until we hit that 12 month mark. Oh my gosh, the baby will be born then. 12-week mark, and that's super exciting because I've never surprised anyone like that. And I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely difficult not to like go and tell my girlfriends or to tell my mum, and I just want to like share it to the world, but I know it will be so worth it to keep this a special surprise, considering we've had so many miscarriages and we've been trying for so long. So I know it will be worth it. I just have to work on my self-control and film lots of videos in advance so I can like technically share with you guys, but even though these videos aren't gonna go out until after I share the news. But yeah, that is all the things that you can do once you've found out that you're pregnant. And guys, congratulations if you are pregnant. And if you want to stay updated on our journey, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.